Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. And here's what I realized. Okay, so while I'm skipping through, we are not on Impey or Saint Germain's route right now. We are on Van Helsing's route still, because here's what I thought of. And I thought of this, I know in the first part when we started down Van Helsing's route, when we realized in Chapter 8 that we were, like, we had him showing up to save us from Finis and not Victor. And I was like, shit, wait, what about these other scenes that could play off? And we were like, well, we'll do them at the end. But then I thought about it and I was like, that's really stupid because that means, we're going to take his hand because we're supposed to do that. I know we are. And I thought about it and I was like, well, shit, if we don't do the skipping part in the beginning, like we did when we redid Victor's stuff, right? Not only are we going to miss all of the little, like, choices, options, or whatever, we're going to miss hidden scenes. We are going to see hidden scenes because there's going to be choices that we probably don't make. Like that time, take his hand or refuse. We're always going to take his hand until we go down Lupin's route and we do a bad path. That's bad path. But there's probably going to be other choices like that where for everyone, we choose the same answer. So we'll see those hidden scenes when we do it at the very end. We'll go through and just choose all the random little things we didn't choose. But my problem is we're going to have to do it 4 times. Because we've already gone through and done Victor's path and chosen all the right things for Victor, right? But if we don't do it for Van Helsing, Impey, Saint Germain, and Lupin, then that means at the end we've got to go through all of the paths for all of them to get anything that might have been hidden from them. So we could go back to, say, the one where they're training us, and we could just go there and just choose the Van Helsing ones and see the Van Helsing paths, and then choose Impey, blah, 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 and see those. But I'm really curious if you remember the first time we played through and we run Victor's path, you know, there's that one part where we're sitting in the salon and Victor comes in and talks to us, and we were like, oh, okay. And I was wondering, I wonder if we're on a different path if a different guy comes in. We're going to have to do this 4 times to find out. I mean, I suppose we technically don't, because if we do this and it's always Victor that comes in, then we know. But, so I realized, hold on. So like this, remain defensive, we're never going to do that because we're probably not going to, because right now for Van Helsing's route, we're going to allow it. So we might not choose the same thing. So that might never be an option for any of the paths we go down. I mean, who knows? So, but just in case, what I really don't want is to then spend a bunch of parts at the end. I want us to just go through and choose the other random things like, oh, we'll remain defensive and see what happens and then whatever. I don't want to do that and have to go down this path 4 times. Because right now, what I did when I logged in, I came in, I went down Pathogenesis, I started at Chapter 1, and I said I want to be on Van Helsing's route. So we're on Van Helsing's route no matter what we frickin' do. So we could choose all sorts of random shit. We'll always be on Van Helsing's route. So what I'm hoping is little hidden scenes like where, oh, okay, Victor showed up in the salon that time to talk to us. It'll be Van Helsing. And then I figure by doing this, we can go down and choose the Van Helsing things like, oh, I want Van Helsing to train us. Both times. We've already seen the first part, but we'll see the second one. And then when we have that point where, oh, I can check on someone, we'll go check on Van Helsing. So, and I know I was kind of thinking that when we started his path that like, oh, we could have done that, but we'll do it at the end. But then I realized that, like, again, it's those little hidden scenes. So there might not be any. Maybe it'll always be Victor that shows up. Maybe not. But I just want to give us a chance to find out. And then this way we don't have to do this 4 times just in case there are, you know, I suppose if we realize that nothing is different until we get to like a certain chapter, like, oh, in chapter, what is, A Girl's Education is Chapter 3. Okay, so we could just do Chapter 3 4 times for each guy. You know what I mean? So this one, we're already in Chapter 2, right? Because we got to go with Victor this time. God, I do miss playing the whole thing from the very beginning. I'm not even kidding. But I feel like that would be ridiculous to start this game and play it and read the entire thing all over again. Maybe we should on Lupin's path. Maybe when we're in Lupin's path, we should read it all over again as if it's brand new. So let me know what you think about that. Do you want me to do that? Do you want me to like... Because right now we're skipping through, we're doing everything, because we've done this all before, and we really only want to read the differences. But maybe when we get to Lupin's path, because then we'll have gone through the game 4 times and skipped through a lot of stuff, maybe that's when we go in and we start from the very freaking beginning. The game brand new, as if we just started and we'd never played it before, and we play from beginning to end without skipping through anything, and we play on Lupin's path that way. So, like, we started the game playing from beginning to end, obviously, because we didn't know what was going to happen, and now we'll do it. So let's see. So this could be 2 parts. I don't know. Oh, we come out. Okay, so we did the same thing. I do the right thing all the time. So, and I also just didn't want to go through all of this, but so this is what we'll do for Impey's Path 2 or Saint Germain's. We'll do the skipping part in the beginning, and then we'll get into Chapter 8. I think this was smarter, and I went back and forth with it, guys. So I had started skipping, and then I was like, oh, wait, I can just go straight into Chapter 8 and do it. And then as I was playing, and I realized that, wait, now Van Helsing comes, we go with Van Helsing in that chapter, and then he comes and saves us, and it's not Victor, and I was like, shit. And I think you heard me because at one point I was like, should we have done this? And then I was like, fuck, I'm already involved. I'm already invested. I don't want to start all over. Because I literally started recording like this, and I did it for about like a couple minutes, and then I was like, shit, maybe we shouldn't do that. And then I went down the path of doing Chapter 8 and then whatever. So we actually asked Van Helsing to teach us, of course, because... So... And we already saw that, so we're gonna skip through that. Mr. Van Helsing? I'm really sad, guys, that we can't play Oz Mafia. Because after playing this, see, we're supposed to say insight to catch the opponent off guard, but we're already on his path, and it doesn't matter, because once we get to Chapter 8, we're done. I'm just doing the precursor stuff, so this is backwards. I'm very sorry. I'm going to choose Strength to knock the opponent out, because I know that's different, and instead of having to come back and do it afterward, we can do it now. So we'll do this one. Is it the Strength to knock the opponent out in a single hit? That's only if you're fighting in close proximity. If at a distance, you'll never be able to land a blow, regardless of power. Oh. What if your opponent has a melee weapon? They'll be able to hit you before your fist can reach them. It's unfair that they get a weapon when I'm empty-handed. He's shocked, like, are you a fucking idiot? A little bit. Dude, we've been in a coma we've been asleep for 2 years, and we've been trapped in a goddamn mansion most of our life. We don't know anything. I'm lucky I know how to spell. Or read. Nobody's explained that, though. That's a loophole. How do we know how to do that shit? But anyway. Perhaps, but fairness has no place in a real fight. Cleverness always wins. It's very important that you realize this to protect yourself. Remember that. Yes. Okay, so there we go. So see, that was slightly different. So see, look, we did something different. So now we're going to have to ask him to teach us a second time, and this will be new. And then we're supposed to say, okay, so we have an option to say that. So what I'll do is I'll save at that choice, and then we'll do the opposite. Well, we'll do the opposite first, and then we'll go back. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry we didn't do this. Who should I ask to teach me? We're going to ask Van Helsing to teach us, so. I want Van Helsing to teach me. Me? Fine. I was about to wrap up my lessons with you anyway, even if Lupin hadn't said anything. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, Spacey, you look like you really want to fight. It's fine to be enthusiastic about it, but make sure you don't hurt yourself. I can't do that, Victor. I'm trying to learn how to fight. Getting hurt is part of that training. Experiencing pain is part of that, isn't it, Van Helsing? Exactly. Look, he's so happy with us. Look at that smirk on his face. He's like, oh, you're such a smart one. Van Helsing, what kind of training are you giving her anyway? Training that will enable her to easily overcome an assailant from Twilight if they're alone. Why are you complaining? My, just don't overdo it. It won't be a problem. I don't recall giving her any serious injuries. I take that to mean you've been giving her lots of minor injuries. I'm fine. I need to do this, and I heal quickly in any case. Everyone else at the table looks at each other, and no further objections are raised. I'm ready to learn, Van Helsing. Yeah, please teach me. Spacey can't play this game without being inappropriate, especially when it's Van Helsing. Jesus. I have no intention of making this easy for you. Don't fall behind. All right. After breakfast, Van Helsing and I arrive at the riverbed. just around the river bend. Sorry, we're not in Pocahontas. Riverbed. He and I usually come here for my self-defense lessons. What are you going to teach me today? Punching? More throwing? No, today's instruction will be more of a comprehensive technique. We will train you to deal with an armed opponent. We've done that a few times already. Is this a review? No, you'll be applying your practical knowledge in an actual battle. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is not the... You know what the funny thing is? I want to be like, this isn't the first time you've pointed your guns at me. Actually, technically it is. But you're going to do it again later, because I've already been to the future. Jesus Christ. Overcompensate much, dude? God. Anyway. What? I'm going to fight you? Yes, the rock salt shells pack quite a punch. Be aware that if I hit you once, it will be considered a loss. But... He shoots at me, not giving me time to talk. Thanks to my training, I was already moving as the gun came up and somehow avoided the spray of salt. Good work. That one shot would have been the end of you not too long ago. Van Helsing is serious. I know the effect of those shots from a previous battle. It can knock a grown man out in one hit, or even break bones. That's how Lupin explained it to me. Van Helsing, wait! I said this would be an actual battle. If you want me to stop, you'll have to make me with your own hands. Oh, damn. Okay. I barely managed to dodge another shot. In reality, I'm not dodging bullets, but I'm observing the direction the gun is pointing and shifting my position away. A single hit would be enough to seriously injure me. I can't help but tense up. I have a few options in this fight. I'm just curl up in a ball and cry. What I would do. I can raise my hands, pretending to give up. I can move around constantly or hide behind some sort of cover. Or I can fight back. Yeah! I stepped close to him as he taught me and thrust out my palm, aiming for his jaw. The human jaw is one of the body's weak points. It can be trained... it can't be trained through use, and even a weak hit can achieve great damage. However, his gun intercepts my strike, followed by... a blow to my forehead, which sets sparks off behind my eyelids. Damn. I lose my balance and take a step back. I take a small breath, waiting for the pain and shock to pass. This is an actual battle. Enemies won't hold back in a real battle. That's why Van Helsing is attacking me in earnest and not going easy on me. I need to be appreciative of this. I need to be appreciative of him beating me. There's a serious issue with that. And what will your next move be? A small wisp of smoke is rising from Van Helsing's gun, where it touched my skin. He doesn't seem to mind, though, and points the gun at me again. It was a good tactic to move into close quarters, but never let that lull you into complacency. You're still in danger. Glaring at them won't defeat anyone. At this distance, you don't have a chance. Oh, he looks so angry. I love it. That's not true. I jump to the side and throw a clod of dirt I had picked up at his face. Ugh! Some trickery taught to you by Lupin, isn't it? Van Helsing is momentarily taken aback. I don't give him a chance to recover. I pick up a rock and move in close again, ready to throw it. But by the time I've raised the rock... Oh. The muzzle of the gun is pointed between my eyes. Check and mate, it would seem. We're supposed to. What are you supposed to do? Raise my hands and surrender. We'll do that. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's save this for a second. We're going to save, and then we'll come back and do the opposite. Because it doesn't really matter what fucking... We're on his path. It doesn't matter what we choose, so... Okay, so raise my hands and surrender. I surrender. I slowly raise my hands. Van Helsing smiles faintly. Good. You pass. Huh? It's important to know when you're defeated and when to stop resisting. Sometimes the way you lose is of great importance. If you continue to resist and lose your life when at a complete disadvantage, you're dying in vain. You were able to determine the correct moment to give in. Sound judgment. It's strange to be praised for losing, but it feels good. Don't forget that feeling. He rarely praises me right to my face like this. It's sort of embarrassing, but I feel slightly happy nonetheless. Right. Van Helsing tells me to take a short break, then looks back at me. I wanted you to experience true tension, so I didn't tell you, but the cartridges I used for this battle use less gunpowder than usual. You'll feel some impact, but that's about it. It couldn't possibly hurt you. You were looking out for me. Don't be stupid. Nobody's getting a major injury under my supervision. It's not personal at all. That's it. Oh, yes, that is. You love me. Thank you for being so considerate while you're training me. I feel like I've become stronger thanks to you. You're a quick learner, but don't give yourself too much credit. The best move back there would have been to run. I understand. Let's continue. You don't need to rest? I don't want to rest until I hear you say you give up. Huh. You're never going to rest then. As he says this, he readies his guns. You're never going to rest then. Wow, that just sounds like I can't. Woo! Considering some of the CGs we've seen, I just predict that these are going to be some naughty conversations later. When we can actually get in bed with him. Good lord. Yeah, you're never gonna give up. You're never gonna rest then. Well. Grr. Okay. Let's see your best. I want to know what you've learned from my training. You asked for it. I take a step toward Van Helsing. Okay, so hold on. No, I think. No. Hold on. Let's load. Because we've already seen that. So I'm going to load this. And I'm going to choose the opposite and see what happens. I take the gun from him. As I close in on him, I try to remember how to respond to a gun-wielding assailant. This is the wrong answer, but it's okay. We would probably just get the normal path. I duck down to get out of the muzzle's way and strike the gun with my right palm. At the same moment, I try to punch Van Helsing in the face with my left hand. But his other gun presses into my shoulder. Ouch. There's a muffled gunshot, and I'm sent spinning away and rolling on the ground. Ugh, God. I understand that you tried to keep up the fight, but that resistance was futile. Oh my god, he's the Borg. Oh my god. The correct choice was to give up. I touched the shoulder that had been shot, expecting to feel pain. It doesn't hurt that much. Van Helsing tells me to take a short break, then looks back at me. I wanted you to experience... Okay. So there you go. That was that. Those are our options. So yay! So yeah, so the train robbery one is where we do all their other stuff and we check on him. So, I mean, this is probably going to be at least 2 parts of us skipping through. So what I will do is when we do Impei's part, which will probably be next because nobody's voted either way, really. You're leaving it up to me, you guys. I'm probably going to do Impei just because I really feel like after seeing... we're supposed to agree! We've never done this! I agree with Lupin's plan. Because your chances of failing are always 0. Isn't that right, Lupin? Exactly. Doesn't matter if our... I started reading that in Victor's voice. I was like, it doesn't... Doesn't matter if Arsene is with us. I can accomplish this on my own. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Then everyone's willing to give this a shot. We all nod in determination, agreeing with Lupin's sentiment. Okay, so that's basically... I mean, we were going to do it anyway, right? So there you go. We chose everything there. Woo! Everybody should be in the mansion now. Maybe I should go visit one of them. And we're going to check on Van Helsing, because that's different. I walked down the hall to find Van Helsing. He should be in the lounge. He said he'd be maintaining his weapons. I knock a few times on the door. Van Helsing, it's me, Spacey. What do you want? I was wondering if there was anything I could do to help. That's all I say, and he doesn't respond. I start to leave, feeling rejected when... You can come in. It's unlocked. Are you sure? Didn't you hear me? I said you can come in. He sounds slightly angry, but I enter the room anyway. He is slightly angry because you know what it is? He saw us the first time he saw us. He was like, my god, she's gorgeous. I can't let my heart get in the way. And he's trying very hard not to love us, but he can't help but love us. Fucking loves us. There are rows of ammunition and dismantled weapon parts all over the desk. Wow, are you taking all this ammunition? We're going to be outnumbered. It's best to be prepared. I see. Is there anything I can do to help you? Can you clean weapons? Assemble a gun? Nobody's taught me how to do that. I didn't think so. I didn't teach you how to handle a firearm either. Is there nothing I can do for him? Well, there's something we can do for him, but just not right now where we're poisonous. But wait, what? Oh, sorry. Shh. I don't need any help. Do you want me to leave? If I did, I wouldn't have let you in. Well, what should I do here? Normally I'd say kiss him, but, you know, we can't because we'll burn his face off. But, yeah. Do you want me to leave? If I did, I wouldn't have let you in here. Yes, so see, he loves us. I'm capable of executing this plan of ours on my own. What? I am powerful. I am competent. I can handle anything. There's no way this plan will fail, no matter how many mistakes the rest of you make. That's all I'm saying. All right. And you have the skills necessary to defend yourself. There's nothing to worry about. Thank you for reassuring me. What? That wasn't my intention. I'm merely stating facts. Van Helsing starts cleaning a small weapon piece, looking upset for some reason. He's upset because he's like, don't, I'm not being nice to you. I love the fact that him being nice to us and us being like, oh, thanks, you're sweet. He's like, shut up, no, I'm not. I fucking love him so much. I fucking love him so much. I look at him again and my heart feels much lighter than when I had entered. Station is filled with people, and this is where we skip through. Okay. Okay, so we board the train, because that's what we did the last time. We might be able to get through this all in one part, to be honest with you, because we're already at chapter 4. So we board the train, which is what we did the last time, but that's good because we were going with... Well, when we boarded the train, we were like, well, we should go with Victor because we're on Victor's path, even though, well, Victor is with Van Helsing, and yes! So obviously, other parts will do other options. I mean, that makes sense. We're supposed to come out of hiding, so I don't know what we did the last time. I think we've done both. I think the first time... Yeah, okay. Victor! And we came out of hiding, I think, for Victor, but we stayed hidden the first time. I don't remember. One of them we did one, and then the other one we did the opposite, but... And I don't remember what scene it was. Where was it where Victor came into the room? We'll have to see. So we'll have to see when we see the salon thing and see what happens. But God, I love this game so much. I really do. Even skipping through. But I think it's actually a good idea on Lupin's path to just read through the whole thing again. I mean... I feel like that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys might be like, oh God, no. But at the same time, it's like, we'll have done it. That'll be our 5th time going through this game. And I don't see a reason why we shouldn't do it. I mean, it'll take longer as opposed to like, you know what? 8 to 10 parts for a playthrough. It's going to take us like 30 fucking parts. So, there's that again. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let me know what you think about on Lupin's path, going through and reading the whole thing again, as if we've never read it before, you know? I seriously love the little, like the frickin' super fucking American redneck fucking goddamn square dance music. Like, it's so fucking hilarious. It literally, it's like, I feel like it's like Benny Hill music. I feel like we should be like running around doing something crazy and like funny and like, I don't know. I think we're supposed to say it was a good idea. Shit, my phone locked. Hold on. Yeah, obviously I have a guide. Shit, where is it? I think it's a good idea. Okay. So we already did that, so we can skip through that. I suppose I could have said, like, I don't really know, but... Persuade him, which I think we did when we were chasing Deli. I think we already did that. Ask about his past, yeah, so... This might be a long part, but whatever. I think we're going to do it all in one part. It would just be easier. And we do about 40 to 45 minutes per part, and we have about 20 minutes left. And we only have 2 more chapters to go through. We're on chapter 5. We have 6 and 7 because we already did chapter 8 technically, so. Yeah, I think we can do this in 20 minutes. I doubt there's going to be that much difference. So I guess maybe chapter 8 is really where the differences happen, aside from chapter 3 where we choose who to, like, I take a step forward and we persuade him, capture him. Yeah. But I am really curious. I guess I haven't been paying attention. I don't know, maybe I keep missing that. Oh, so this. Oh no, okay, so we're in here and then Victor comes back in, but I'm wondering if... Okay, so see, no. Victor always is the one that comes in. Okay, so... Yeah, we ask him about his past. That's what we're supposed to do, because we did that. Okay. So I think that was the scene I was thinking, and then, like, Victor. So it's always Victor. So that doesn't really make a difference. So I guess it doesn't really matter if we do this or not. The only thing that's really different is in chapter 3 where we decide... 3 and 4. So in chapter 3 where we decide who to train us, and then in chapter 4 where we go see them before the train heist. So we could always just do chapter 3 and 4. I mean, I know with Impey there's going to be different things because one of the first things we do in chapter 2 is we go with Victor all the time, but I know we're going to go with Impey and Impey's route, like, obviously. So, I mean, I guess it's really no harm in doing it this way, just for the few things that are different, but I was really hoping that maybe that scene might have been different. You know, based on what you chose. You know, with Victor in the salon, maybe it would have been whoever's path you were on, but I guess it's really not, so... Yeah. So, whatever. But we get to see all their pretty faces and relive it, so I guess it's really not. There's no harm done in doing this. So we'll keep doing it. We'll do it through... Just because of those choices. Like, when we go down Impey's route, we're going to choose him, and we know there's going to be a few different things. So, I guess there's really no harm done. I was just really hoping there might be a different scene that would pop out. But I guess it really doesn't change until chapter 8, and that's why they tell you you could choose who you want and then start at chapter 8 and skip the rest of this, because that's where these other hidden scenes are. But we keep walking down the main street. We've already done this, so that's cool. Yeah. We're still running, even though, like... I like how the sound effects and the music don't... Look, Van Helsing's smirking at us. I love it when he smirks at us. And this is also nice, because we do get to see them all. Because I feel like when we went down Victor's path, and even on... I mean, we don't get to see all of the guys, but I feel like we really get to see none of them, which is sad, because, like, I do miss them a little bit. And again, this, because, like, then Victor's out here, and you think, like, it would be, like, the guy's path that you're on, like, oh, we run into, Van Helsing, because we're on Van Helsing's path. You know what I mean? But I guess not. I guess not. It's sad, but that's okay. So... I actually don't think anything is going to be different from this point on, because we can't let him do this. I don't think anything's going to be different up to this point. So, yeah, I think we can do this for when we go down Impey's route. We'll skip through everything. We'll just see the different scenes. So we'll get a couple different scenes with Impey, probably. Because I know in Chapter 2 we will, and then obviously Chapter 3 and 4. This stuff might be all the same, and we'll skip through, but we'll find out. Because I'm not going to remember what choices we made, because I haven't been writing them down, which I should have been. I should have been making notes and been like, we've chosen this and this, so I know. Oh, okay, yeah, it's all the same. So the first part of each of the guys' routes will just be skipping through everything, but I mean, I don't really know how to do it any better, because I feel like doing it this way was backwards, and we shouldn't have done it this way. But again, like I said, I had 2 options, and I started skipping through, and then I was like, oh no, I could just start to chapter 8. And then when we saw those hidden scenes in chapter 8, how it was different, I was like, wait a minute. fuck. And that's where it sucked, and I was like, shit. That's like, you know. And that's when I was wondering if earlier scenes. But I guess chapter 8 is really where it's different. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. I suppose we can always just do chapters 2, 3, and 4. Because we know, well, for Impei, I know chapter 2 will be different. Because we'll choose him instead of Victor to go with, or whatever, when we're at the casino. And then chapters 3 and 4 we could always do with the other guys, and then just not worry about these other random choices, because none of the other scenes are different. It's only ever going to be chapter 3 and 4, so when we do Impei, we'll do chapter 2, so that we know that scene's going to be different. We'll do 2, 3, and 4, so we can see those different choices of, like, having him train us and then going to check on him, and then we'll just all of a sudden skip to chapter 8, where we go through the thing. So I guess that's what we could do. Instead of seeing all of this, because all of it's the same. Like, I chose chapter 1, Van Helsing's route, and we're skipping through, and Van Helsing hasn't popped up any differently. So, it's just those few chapters, because that's where you're making your decision on whose path you're going to be on. You know, by saying, oh, Van Helsing trains me. Van Helsing trains me. I'm going to check on Van Helsing. That would put you on his route. You know, if you chose Impei all 3 times, it would put you on Impei's route. You know, so yeah. So we will just, yeah, so we'll just go through. But the thing is we haven't even gotten any other, like, CGs or anything from any other of the other characters. And we still have, I mean, obviously, like, all of Impei's CGs, except for the 2 that come in the main game, the main path, all of those are going to come down his route. Same with all of Lupin. But it's weird because... we're supposed to say I'm having a lot of fun, I'm assuming. Oh, no, we're supposed to say I don't really understand. Okay, cool. I don't really understand. So cool, this is different. I'm sorry, I don't really understand. What? You're the one who asked. What kind of reaction is that? I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I was just thinking that you're probably a little bored by all this, by all the talk I'm doing. All the talking I'm doing. Then may I present you with the best joke in the English language? Jokes are nice too, but we might want to get back to repairing the airship. Oh, whoa. That's right. We need to take care of business first. After that, Impei continues to talk to me as he wants to make sure I'm entertained while we're together. Impei, I think I'm going to go back to my room now. I'm getting in his way. I could sense it, so I said that to escape the situation. Sure thing. Oh, thanks for the sandwich. It was really good. I'll keep working hard. Impei smiles and waves, and I feel a little bit bad about what happened. Okay. That's probably to make sure, because I bet you if you say, like, the other thing, it pushes you more toward Impei's route, which we've already kind of done. But the weird thing is so we're on Van Helsing's route, but we got one of the extra Van Helsing CGs, but that's, again, Van Helsing did have a lot. But we got... Did he have more than Lupin? I think Lupin has more. Lupin has, like, one more. But we got that extra one here in this scene, and it was like, holy shit! But we haven't gotten any of the other ones. I have a feeling in Impei's route, Nemo is going to be his main rival. We're going to have to do his voice all again! Oh my god, it's going to fucking hurt. That is going to hurt, almost like doing Monokuma's voice. Jesus. Why do I do this to myself? I want to just be like everybody else who plays visual novels and they do this. Oh, hey, hi, how are you? Oh, I am reading the words that are going across the screen. Oh my gosh, what are you talking about? And they just read so fucking dead and like... I mean, I know I trip over words because sometimes I'm like, and I can't read, clearly. I have no reading comprehension. But like, some people read and it's so boring. And I'm like, how the hell... Do you play visual novels if you're just... It's like, how do you do that when you're reading a book? Do you read a book and you are reading the words in a sentence and it is all monotone, or you are reading it and it's in your own voice? Like, you don't read character voices like, how dare you say that to me, sir? What should I help with? We will prepare a counterattack. That's how people do these things. And we're supposed to prepare a counterattack because that's when we throw Van Helsing. Like, I'm going to prepare to hit them back. You want to send them down before they do the same to us. Got it. Like, that's how people read. It's so boring. This is so much fun. I'm really glad we get to see this again fast. I really am. It's worth it. We're going to... I almost wish we hadn't chosen that in Victor's route just to fucking do it in this one. Because we would have been on Van Helsing's route like, we just put Van Helsing in a fucking cannon. That is fucking amazing. And I am just so glad for that scene. You're like... I'm still reeling. This is the funniest fucking thing in this game. Oh, God. Okay, so this is basically it. Nothing is going to change. We're going to end up in chapter 8 at this point. So, yeah, that was it. So we only... Oh, bye. Our favorite CG. Yeah, because this is all chapter 8 now. So we're going to go, and we're going to end up going into the thing. Yeah, so everything's... Yeah, so we're done. Because we're going to now, this is where we come up to our next choice. So we're done. We've done all of Van Helsing's route now. I went back into the thing. So this is what we'll do. I know when we go to Impei's route, we have to choose Impei in the very beginning in chapter 2. So we'll do that so we can see that. You know, I'll just start from the very beginning of chapter 1 and we'll just skip through and we'll do, just in case anything's different, because it takes, I don't know. I mean, I feel like what I should do is kind of go through and see. I mean, we've done, especially the last one, we've done all the different options. So I feel like what we should do is in chapter 2, I'm not even going to bother choosing right now because we've chosen everything at this point. I will go through, and I know in chapter 2 we're going to have to say we want to go with Impei. So we'll do that. Then we'll go to chapter 3, choose him both times to train us. Train robbery, we'll check on him. And then basically what we'll do is we'll stop at that point. We'll be like, okay, stop. We'll load chapter 8 on his route, and then we'll continue from there. Because it's not going to change anything. And then what we'll do, so we'll do that also for Saint Germain, but we'll start on chapter 3. And then eventually we'll get to Lupin's Path, and then you guys can let me know if you want to start Lupin's Path from the very beginning of the game and read through the entire thing again. So that'll be another 30 parts. I was thinking that would be great, but then at the same time I'm like, well, maybe we shouldn't, because it would be probably about 30 parts to play all of them, like the rest of the guys, because we only have 3 of them left, right? And like roughly around that. And then that's like another month. So it'll take a month to finish it. And then we have the second game. But if we did read through the whole entire thing again, when we go down Lupin's Path, we would like have 50 parts. So it's almost 2 months. So it's kind of like, I don't know, if you guys really, 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 really want me to reread the entire freaking thing from the very beginning all the way through Lupin's Path, I will. I have no problem doing that. It's just, do you want me to do that? Because we've already gone through it once, and now we're going to see all the hidden scenes. And then we'll have like one episode kind of at the end where we just do all these other random options that we didn't choose. So we'll just scroll through everything and be like, oh, I didn't choose this. What does it say? Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't choose this. What does it say? But obviously as we go down like Impei's path, we'll choose both options in his thing. You know what I mean? And the things that we know were specific to them, so that we get all of the options and we've chosen everything and we'll get all the CGs and shit like that. So, but yeah, so I'm going to wrap this part up here. When we come back in the next part, we will be probably on Impei's path and we'll be doing this again, because this would have been smart to do the first time, but I'm not smart, so whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I will wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.